spoken. Welcome back to the channel, guys, and welcome back to a new video. The comment section on this Peugeot, wow. Absolutely unbelievable. We have never had so many comments so quickly on a video. I've just checked it before we started this recording and we're up to 1,800 comments. And I haven't had a chance to get through them all yet. I think I'm up to about 400 because I've had a very busy weekend. But guys, I'll put it out there about this car. What do you want me to do with it? Shall we do a will it run? Shall we do a first wash? And the comment section, like I just said, was on fire, and loads of you, the majority of you, I would say 90%, have said, Rob, you must try getting this car going. So I'm just about to get it into the yard. We're going to get it unstrapped, get it unloaded, move on and start the process of trying to get this car back up and running. I'd get all the boring bits out of the way on time lapse so that it didn't hold us up too much throughout the day today. So you would have seen that I got the air lines out, went round, and I've put air in all of the tyres, and they all seem to be holding air, which is good because it's going to make it a lot easier to get it off the back of the truck. Even that front one there was popped off the rim, but that still managed to hold air, and then again that back one as well. You would have seen Chris in here on the time lapse undoing the cowling, and a bit of persevering there with that ignition barrel, getting it just released halfway so that we no longer have a steering lock, so we can get that off now. Now the door was in the way, so you wouldn't have seen me round the front while Chris was doing that. I actually popped a couple of the bolts out of the cam belt cover, and as you can see in there is a cobweb, but the belt has still got its writing on it. There doesn't appear to be any cracking on it at all, so we're quite happy to get the engine running with that cam belt that is on there. We haven't got to worry about fitting a new one before we start it up. I've dipped the oil as well, and that seems to be on the maximum, and it looks pretty clean as well considering how long it has been sat there. Guys, quite a lot of you said that there might be a story attached to the car. Why has it been sat there for so long? Is there something wrong with it? And the answer to it is the chap actually used to live in that house, and he sadly passed away, and he wasn't in the house, he was in Wales when he had some sort of accident. But regardless, the lady didn't have any keys for the car, and so that's why there's no lock on it, and that's why it was parked there. It was driven where it's parked, and it's been sat there for 11 years. Also, the lady never gave the car to me. The lady gave the car to Liam, one of our subscribers, and the lady has tried several scrapyards to take the car. She's even offered to pay to have the car taken away, but nobody could get down that road and get this car out over the years. So Liam actually got given this car nearly 2 years ago, and his trailer got nicked, and he just said to me, Rob, can you help me out? I've promised the lady that I'll get rid of it. She wants it off her garden. So I went along with him, and that's how we ended up with the car. Let's crack on and get it off the back of the truck. Just tried to unload that, guys, and it was a bit of a fail. It is very, very tight on there. The brakes obviously are stuck where it's been sat for so long. So what we've decided to do, we've got Chris's truck out. We're going to pull the truck out into the yard, and we're actually going to hook a chain on it. Chris, I've got no strap on that, and the brakes are not on, so one sec. In the door panel. So yeah, basically, guys, we are going to hook Chris's truck onto the back of it and actually pull it off of the back of the truck with his truck, and then we're going to tow it up and down the yard to try and free the brakes off a little bit. That's the plan. We managed to drag it off the back of the trailer with Chris's truck, but that front near side wheel is locked up and it's just churning up all the ground. So Chris is just on his way out with a jack and a wheel brace. We're going to have to get that wheel off and free it up, because we can't have it in the yard where it's stuck and we can't move it. We're probably going to need to move it every couple of days while it's here. So this is going to be the first video on it, obviously, and it is going to be a clean-up because we've got to wait for that programming of the key. We have got Liam on his way with a new window. We do want to get it watertight because it is going to live outside. So you see that we've got the brakes freed off. We've got no more steering lock. Chris has disconnected the ignition barrel and he's got a little tester there, and he's got a patch lead made up. Basically, all we're trying to achieve here today, we just want to rear it wang over, right? Just so that we know that we ain't dealing with a seized up engine or anything like that. Once we know that, then we'll commit to getting the key done. Right, so we managed to get a battery on there, and as you can see, this wire's actually built in to the plus side of the terminal. So I've literally just poked it in, done the screw up, and stuck the other one in the top there and done the screw up. The earth was fine, and we've put the jump pack on it. Chris has he's made up that patch lead there. What's that connecting, Chris? You got the live there?
Yeah, we got power up there, and then we got one will be ignition, one will be fuel pump, and then one will be starter motor.
Starter motor. We was thinking, like, normally you could, like an old Ford, you could hotwire it by running a live to the fuel pump, and I've done it before on an Escort that we rebuilt here. We couldn't get live to the fuel pump, so I literally run it off the side lights just temporarily, and then you could arc the starter motor, and that was as simple as the immobiliser was. But on this, we are led to believe that it actually stops the pulse to the injectors. So have we got ignition lights there now?
Yep. Yep.
So we got ignition lights.
Yep.
Let's see if she cranks that. Can we turn that indicator off, or is it? It's the hazards, I think, mate.
Is it?
Yeah, down there in the middle. No, that's the alarm, isn't it?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got
Chris is going to try and crank it over, I think. Alright, cranks easy. Yeah, do that again, mate. Yeah, cranks over, really nice. So I guess, mate, what should we move on to now? Because this is not the Will It Run video. We're going to have to get that chip key.
wash it down, eh?
I think we'll wash it down. We'll have a separate video for that. We're just going to clear it out, get all the junk out of it, because it's not nice getting in there. Everything's in the way on the floor, and like I say, there's an old boiler in the back of it and some bags of clothes. So we'll move on and give it a good clear out. just has managed to fix that door. It does ping open on its own, obviously, because of the dent, but it's fixed the latch and that door does shut now. Moving round, we have just given it a good clear out. You would have seen on that time lapse. Very quick for you, but a bit longer for us. And I'm going to have to go down to the bottle bank. There's a boiler in there, a fish tank, and I won't ask you to count the vodka bottles, Chris, but there's a lot. And various other bits and pieces. And there is a whole big container. I don't know what you've done with that. Where's that container with all the clothes in it? Oh, it's on my truck already. There was bags and bags of clothes in the back. Chris did climb in the boot and we've managed to do the lock. And we've got the boot opening and shutting now. So this driver's door, obviously the handle is broke off on the outside. We've got that patch lead, I think, and we've got all the stuff out the back of it and folded the seats up. So it does need a good hoover out and obviously a massive wash. So we can't actually get it going until we get that chip key sorted out for it. But we got a lot done today, but everything that we have done has taken us best part of all day to do. There was a lot to sort out, and obviously having that brake stuck on the back of the truck made it quite a lot of work. Disappointing there that we couldn't do the initial video that we wanted to do. First we was going to do a wash on it and then a will it run, and we got carried away really. Just going right through it because we had to. Like the inside of it was full up with junk. We had to get rid of all of that. The outside of it, the brakes were stuck on. I mean, I'm just repeating what we've just been through, but as you can see, it is always a lot more work than you are actually expecting. So we've got it cleared out. We've got the steering lock off. The tyres are pumped up. It is literally ready for that will it run video. It's lovely to hear it turning over. It's nice to have a look in there at the cam belt and see that it was obviously done very soon after the car would stop being used. So it was probably recently done before it was stopped used, sorry. So we're quite happy to run it on that cam belt, and even the AUX auxiliary belt looks fine as well. So we get that code for the chip key, get the locksmith round, get him to do a key for it, and I reckon that'll fire straight up. I don't know why. I just got a feeling. We're going to put some fresh petrol in it and it is going to fire up. Obviously with the ignition on, Chris said the fuel gauge is showing 0, so there's no fuel in it. And I know what quite a lot of you are thinking. You could have put some fuel in that and it would have run, but you'd be wrong because the immobiliser light is actually on and it is never going to run all the time that key light's on. That is what it's there. It is there to stop the engine from running ultimately. So guys, that is going to be the end of the video on the little Peugeot 306. Please let me know what you think of it in the comment section down below. Follow us on Instagram throughout the day for some sneak peeks. Like, subscribe and share, and we'll see you very soon in the next one.